AEW has some of the best, most promising athletic big men in the world today, yet it doesn't have a super heavyweight championship? It should.
Don't touch that mouse unless you're trying to subscribe. The next pro wrestling vid coming at you in 3, 2, 1.
AEW has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to monsters, athletic big men, and super heavyweights. Whatever you want to call them, AEW has a lot of big dudes. Now, this doesn't make AEW any different from any given wrestling company that has its share of big men, but AEW has the FTW Championship, which just so happens to be held by a big-ass dude. Introduced as a means to troll Jon Moxley's AEW Heavyweight Championship, Brian Cage's FTW title has been a cute little prop that the company has done nothing with. And it's such a waste of potential. It's never been defended on AEW Dynamite, it's only been defended on AEW Dark once, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why the title exists or why Brian Cage even has it, outside of the fact that he's good friends with Taz. So does that make Paul Heyman the #1 contender? In order to add purpose to this belt and make it more of a championship, AEW needs to use it to showcase its abundance of monsters, some of whom are cooking on the sidelines like Wardlow or handcuffed to the tag team division like Luchasaurus. AEW's FTW title should be for monsters only. 240 pounds and over with no exceptions. All you have to do to get a shot is issue a challenge, which would take care of having to sacrifice the mystique of these monsters by having them lose to build #1 contenders. Pro wrestling has never exploited a super heavyweight division at a national level, and in a ratings war where creating attractions is key, a Monsters Championship could be a powerful tool to draw in more casual viewers who aren't so much into the art of professional wrestling as much as they're into the crowd-pleasing visuals of a monster truck rally with human bodies as the trucks. Because every wrestling promotion needs an element of rampage where territorial, fire-breathing dragons destroy everything in their wake to prove their dominance. Think of the hype that often comes with just two big men coming face-to-face in pro wrestling. AEW can exponentially increase that hype by building an entire division around it. They have Big Will Hobbs, who burst onto the scene this past week on Dynamite after overachieving in the Casino Battle Royale at AEW All Out. But he can only do a TV match if he's teaming up with Jon Moxley. Jake Hager is a legit shooter and one of the best big men prospects to ever come out of WWE, but he can only have a TV match if he's teaming up with Chris Jericho. Wardlow showed well in limited action over the year, but he can only have a TV match if he's teaming up with MJF, who's gonna fire him sooner rather than later. Lance Archer is a #1 contender for the AEW Championship and has actually been booked well in AEW with just one loss. But if he loses to Jon Moxley, that will only further define his ceiling as a big man who doesn't get to go over the top stars. So screw it, have him compete for a big man's title. Brody Lee is a current TNT champion, but the Exalted One would also make a great fit for this division, even as a current champion who wants to rule over AEW the way he does the Dark Order. Every week, Brian Cage walks out with the FTW Championship, and no FTW division is a waste. And think of the beautiful irony of Taz, one of the smallest men to ever win a world championship, giving way to a legacy of super heavyweights. If AEW really wants to differentiate itself in ways that'll grow its audience without alienating its own viewers, then it has the building blocks to establish what could effectively be a second heavyweight championship to be defended by monsters only.